to our colleagues in the minority, engage them, and all through the process, it's been one engagement or the other. The minority gave it clear indication of a support to the E-Levy policy. And for the avoidance of doubt, this E-Levy policy, as introduced by government, is aimed at achieving two things. One, to address the unemployment situation in the country, inject capital into the private sector so that the many youth in this country who are looking up to an opportunity to start their own businesses will have the opportunity to start their own businesses. Second, the road sector. Almost every week, MPs file questions demanding for works to be done on roads in their various constituencies. Government, therefore, took this decision to get in sufficient funds for road contractors to be paid and for more work to be done. However, the NDC minority suddenly resolved on the principle that they themselves had publicly said they would support. Suffice to say that they were arguing 1%. And all of us know how they did a 360 U-turn to say that they no more support the E-Levy policy. Well, be that as it may, we move forward. Last week, we passed our appropriation. After passing the appropriation, we were hoping to proceed with this E-Levy bill so that government would fully be enabled, empowered by law to get the revenue to finance these projects. The NDC, for the time being, has been complaining about borrowing. That they think that we are borrowing too much and that we should look from within. Now, this E-Levy is aimed at spreading and sharing the tax burden across board. So all of us will make our little contribution. The NDC's determination to frustrate and obstruct government business has today been supported by the Speaker of Parliament, who is the law sovereign of this House, who is the President of the House, and considering the critical numbers, 138 majority group, 137 minority group. This is the time we expect Mr. Speaker to live up to his own bona fide to the people of Ghana, which is to show leadership. I regret to say that we cannot proceed to take decision without Mr. Speaker. We need Mr. Speaker in the House. We need the Speaker of Parliament in the House. Because by the technicalities of our own procedures, if Mr. Speaker is not there, one of our own would have to sit in. And the imperatives of the Constitution are clear. That he would therefore not have the opportunity to have his right of voting as a member. We are not in to look at the lacuna in the law, which could also mean that when there is a tie, to the extent that the Constitution is silent on his casting vote, he could exercise his casting vote right. We will not want to go that path. What we want to insist is that Mr. Speaker must show leadership. In Parliament, leadership is consulted and is engaged. We have no information as to the whereabouts of Mr. Speaker.
You must come.
The leadership of the majority has not been informed of the reasons why Mr. Speaker is unavoidably absent this evening from the Chamber of Parliament. We therefore say that we see this as a grand political partisan design by the minority group to frustrate us. And we don't want to suggest that perhaps Mr. Speaker is unavoidably absent to frustrate government business. We believe in Mr. Speaker. We believe that he stands for government business to go on and to allow this country to be governed by rule of law and due process. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen of the press, through this, we expect Mr. Speaker to be present in the chamber. We have our numbers. We are ready to do government business. But as a majority, we can't be cajoled into pettiness, because we see this as a strategy by the minority, as it were, to create a standoff. The Ghanaian people must know that this NDC party does not mean well. They should look for a high road to power. They shouldn't look out for this means of frustrating us as a short route to come back to power. For the avoidance of doubt, all social intervention programs that we promised in opposition are being rolled out. Step by step. And every step in the way, the MPP government has kept faith and has acted in good faith. So the facts are out for you to know that the NDC is merely, perhaps with the unavoidable absence of Mr. Speaker, trying to frustrate us. I would want to end here with that more. Thank you so much indeed. Yes, if you have a question, I will answer. I will answer your question.
What has changed? Last time, the budget somehow rejected. It has taken your person speaker, so to say, Joe Rice, to have the budget approved. So today, if the speaker is not in the house, what is wrong that the second reason will not see the chair to have the business? The context of today's transaction is different from that which you are raising with respect. Yes, please.
When the minority chief proposed to go for this issue, you said he's obstructing government business.
Oh, don't you hear?
And that was not the appropriate time for him to call for division because Mr. Speaker had ruled. Meanwhile, you raised for division when Mr. Speaker had ruled after a voice vote. What do you say about this?
Let's make progress. I mean, you see, prudence is sometimes necessary to override procedure. It was prudent for Mr. Speaker to proceed on an all-important government business, and I justified my argument by saying that the intent of the applicant was merely to frustrate government business and not to address any serious matter on the floor. Well, it is obvious. It is obvious.
The convention, honorable leader, during Citi meetings, leaders discussed what would be taken on the floor. Was there any indication from Speaker?
Like I said, it is a surprise. I see Mr. Speaker's absence as a big surprise. I see Mr. Speaker's absence as a big surprise. We do not know the whereabouts of Mr. Speaker. We do not know.
Leader, have you been able to contact him? I'm sure you have his phone.
I have said, we do not know the whereabouts of Mr. Speaker. It is not for leadership to contact Mr. Speaker. It is for parliamentary service through the clerk to Parliament. The clerk to Parliament and the clerk at table have indicated that they do not know the whereabouts of Mr. Speaker.
Have they reached out to him?
I'm saying that they say so. That's question of whatever, you may find out from them. But for now, We do not know the whereabouts of Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much, and God bless us all.
Right, so Evans, that's the...
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you.